Dos dois corruptos e mentirosos da tela, qual o pior? Vamos aprender um pouco sobre Neto?
Thank you. Maria, you read the complaint. There are several things that they claim were defamatory. Did you give testimony about the subject matters that they claim are defamatory in the complaint in a Brazilian court under oath?
Yes, and also not only the one that was on the Congress, but I witnessed twice. One in Polícia Federal, which will be like the FBI there, and also Ministério Público, which is prosecutors. So everything that I said was under oath, and everything that I said, I gave the proofs, and I said what I witnessed. And when she says it has nothing to do,
please don't respond to opposing counsel. Please just answer the questions. That's what the judge is here. Okay, so you've been accused of defamatory statements in this complaint. Could you tell the court what you witnessed firsthand so she understands that what is your opinion based on your firsthand knowledge of Mr. Nito's activities?
Objection, Your Honor. Again, leading.
Everything started when we made a trip to Taiwan. And when we made a trip to Taiwan, I translated a translator inside of the Ministry of Foreign Relations. Yes, there was an official translator. Her name was Isabel. But on that lunch, she was not there. And the minister was next to me, and the next person was my ex-husband. And the minister asked me to translate because my ex-husband doesn't speak a word of English. Neither Shuang, who was on the table, speaks English. So Isabel was not on the room and he was not on the table. So the minister asked me what happened with the millions he gave to Valdemar before the elections. And I had a dinner with these people from Taiwan in Brasilia when they came to Brazil.
So this is something you witnessed firsthand, was money going between Mr. Nito and foreign bodies?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that was one of the things they said that you repeated in your Instagram, but these are things that you actually witnessed, ma'am?
Yes. Yes.
Now, you said you gave testimony in front of a government body. What charges was Mr. Nito charged with that you gave testimony under oath to the body about?
So there were two different times. One time it was that he was kind of forcing a licitation for Fernando Simões, was trash in São Paulo, and he was doing a negotiation with Rui Falcão and Marta Suplicy to make it easy for Júlio Simões to win the licitation. Actually, Júlio Simões is the airplane that I used to use at least twice, 3 times a month.
Maria, let's focus on. I know you have a story to tell, but that's not for today. Specifically, what charges were you asked to give testimony on? Do you understand what the question is?
So it's conspiracy, it's money laundering, it's enforcing a licitation. And this is this one. And then on Operação Porto Seguro was the second time. It was buying off judges, or buying off decisions. And it was 3 times. And the third time was offshores and money. So using casinos to to laundry money, specifically in Punta del Este.
Was Mr. Nito actually convicted of the charges that you gave testimony on?
Yes, he was. He was sent to jail for, I think, at least the penalty was like, I don't know, 20 years. But he was sent to jail. He stayed in jail, and he was released and pardoned. The final judgment, I think, was 2012. He was sent to jail, and he stayed in jail until 2017, and afterwards he was wearing that thing on the ankle. Yes, he was.
Wait, he was in jail from when?
I think 2012. 2012 until 2017, because 2017 is when I moved to U.S. When he was released from pardon from jail, I moved to U.S. for security reasons.
Objection, Your Honor, once again.
And he got out because he was pardoned, you said?
He was pardoned.
Have you also cooperated with U.S. officials since 2017 in their investigations of Mr. Neto?
Yes, they are still under new investigations. Yes, I cooperated with Agent Trombley, Garrett Trombley. I met him in New York once a while ago, and I met him in New York not a long time ago.
Okay. So now there are several allegations about your statements on an Instagram report that you were speaking. I think the title was Protecting Democracy in Brazil. Do you recall making certain statements about Mr. Neto and the Brazilian government?
Yes. Everything started, I was not talking anything about political, and I was just involved in women issues. And then when he filed against...
when you say he, so the judge knows in the transcript, who is he?
Mr. Neto, when Mr. Neto and Mr. Bolsonaro filed against the results of the elections, and it's interesting to understand that the elections in Brazil have two terms. So the first term that elected his congressman, he was not against, but he was against the second term, and he was like saying that the result was wrong, and he got even convicted. And when they say the party,
I'm giving you testimony, and she's getting sued for it now. So that's why we're saying there's certain things that were not raised in the complaint, and I'm going to highlight those. I'm going through his allegations right now. Okay, so you gave a very long Instagram speech.
Yes.
Now, you said in there, according to the complaint, that Mr. Neto laundered money. Where did you get that from?
He was convicted. I witnessed in Congress. He went to jail for it.
Okay, you said in the Instagram speech, at least as is alleged, that he accepted bribes from Taiwanese government. Where did you get that opinion from?
I witnessed. I was the translator. That's how my marriage started falling apart. When I witnessed that thing.
Okay, you're being alleged to be for saying defamatory statements that Mr. Neto paid bribes to Brazilian officials. Where did you get that opinion from?
There are so many, like Juquinha, who used to have lunch in my house all the time. He's in investigation with Ferrovias. That is not in any of these investigations. That I witnessed all this.
Okay.
I witnessed bags of money flying on the airplane, on a private plane, and getting on the safe of the house. I witnessed all this, and I witnessed stuff.
Okay. You're being accused of defamatory statements, and one of the statements is that Mr. Neto was involved in drug trafficking. Where did you get that opinion from?
Yes, there was an article from Mário Carvalho in Folha de São Paulo that Garanhuns that they say it's not the Garanhuns in São Paulo, it's an offshore company in Uruguay where he used to play and gamble a lot, and I witnessed him losing millions in Baccarat. So if someone subpoena the casinos, they must give this objection. And Garanhuns,
hold on. There's an objection. You must stop. So
the same.
Maria, you have to stop when there's objections to the judge rules.
So Garanhuns is
the question was drug trafficking.
Okay.
What did you base that statement or opinion on? So, because you're getting sued for it.
So 3 things. The first thing, Liliane Ruiz, who is the daughter of the governor, who said that she didn't say anything, but she said that Valdemar owned at airports and ports. He was ruling in airports and ports because he was involved in drug trafficking. Second, There was an article by Mario Carvalho, and there is on the book, The Chief, also, that Valdemar Garanhuns, the company in Uruguay, was using the same office as Cartel de Juarez was using to launder money. And the third thing is like he is related to mineral people mining, gold mining in Amazonia, and they are under investigation for drug dealing. His partner is under investigation for drug dealing with the people. It's called, the operation was Niva Polícia Federal. It's an organized crime from the Balkans in partnership with PCC. PCC will be like the criminal mob in Brazil. So I have all the names, and his partner was Francisco Jovinaldo Mota Campos.
So let me interrupt. So the point I'm asking you, Maria, is that you actually had ground.
My objection again. Okay.
What's your objection?
Again, relevance. None of this was there. Hearsay as well.
What do you mean none of this was there? What does that mean?
A part of the complaint, what she's stating.
I'm reading it. I'm reading right
What does it say in the complaint? Let me look at
hearsay,
it.
she's stating.
Paragraph 11. Paragraph 11, Your Honor. Number 3 was involved in drug trafficking. I'm literally taking their complaint and trying to show, Your Honor, that Ms. Caldera investigated, reported, re-reported, acts as a social media person, and these are things that, as I said, the First Amendment protects. How is she going to prove the drug trafficking? But at least we're showing that there's no
Was involved in drug trafficking.
Yeah, that's why I just gave you testimony of her basis.
You put it in your complaint.
I'm preserving my objection. That's all.
I know, but okay.
Just to preserve my objection, because I will explain to you after why it's not.
May I continue?
Keep going.
Thank you. You're also being sued for saying that Mr. Neto physically hit you.
Yes, he did.
Could you tell the court Could you tell the court why you made those statements?
Because he did. He hit me. That's why I got involved in domestic violence movement to try to help women and understand. Not only he hit me, but he gave me frontal, which is like clorazepam through the mains for 12 days after.
What? He gave her what?
I think that's Xanax, clorazepam.
It's like Xanax. You just sleep, and I was rescued by a.
He drugged you.
Yes, he drugged me for I think 2 weeks when I decided to leave him, and I made a complaint in Brasilia. I made a blood test, and the complaint just disappeared. And afterwards, every time I was being tracked, I filed police reports, and nothing happened. Nothing happened in Brazil. And he has a transgenerational story because his grandfather, Moisés Caran, killed his grandmother.
So let me move on to the next one. This one, they're taking, I won't comment. You're also getting sued for defamation, saying that Mr. Neto ordered hits by paramilitaries. Where did you get that statement from?
He himself, he said to me that if I was going to do anything, he would get Nakaharada. That's how I know about the coroner Nakaharada. Nakaharada, apparently, I never met him, but he said that Nakaharada helped him, and it was someone who used to help his father, was a coroner from his city, and helped him with a situation with his father's lover, who was being blackmailed for someone, and then the guy went there and killed him. And that's, he said firsthand. But Valdemar has a brother from this marriage, Federico. So if we go further with discovery,
well, let's stop because we have a short amount of time. So you base it on your own personal opinion, witness, right?
Yes, whatever.
Okay, so Judge, the last two, I don't know if he even raises the defamatory, but I will ask her about it. In paragraph 11, they said that you insulted Jair, I'm going to murder the names, Balancero, who served as Brazil's president from January 2019 through 2022, and even had said that he had an affair with, meaning Mr. Neto, with the First Lady, Michelle Bolsonaro. Where did you get those statements from? What did you base that opinion on?
So friends of mine said that he was going out with a lot of women when he was divorced, and she was single. She dated also a lot of politicians. Actually, she had a son, or she has a daughter from another politician, and she was not married to him. And when she met Bolsonaro, I don't know if Bolsonaro was married or not, but they were single. It's not a defamatory. Like, people can date other people. There is no problem. If people,
okay, so that was basically your opinion.
Yeah, if they take out of context and say that he was going out with the wife of the guy when they were afterwards, it's not my problem. What I said is, like, they dated when they were single, and that's okay.
Okay.
And Bolsonaro, my opinion about him is the worst opinion. Is the same as I have of Trump. They are the same. So I can say it's my opinion. It's my right to say I don't like him. I think he's corrupt. I think he's stupid. I think he hates women. I think all this. And
okay, so let me. I'm going to move to the last area, and then opposing counsel has the right to ask you questions. I submitted a lot of articles to the court, Your Honor. There are various articles dealing with the NATO couples, both prior to their marriage and afterwards. Did you, Maria, did you review any other press or articles to arrive at some of the opinions that we just talked about?
yes, and I can give more.
Hold on, there's an objection, Maria. When I know we're on Zoom, but I have to stop you because there was an objection.
Just to preserve my objection to those exhibits. Again, hearsay, they're using it for the truth of matter asserted. Once again, just preserving.
May we continue, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Mr. Neto, he started this file, and now he already went to jail again for 5 or 4 days, and he's under investigation in Brazil for attempt of democracy, and here for offshores and money laundering.
All right, so let's be specific, because you lumped that together. Are you presently aware of any criminal investigations that are going on in Brazil with regard to Mr. Neto?
Yes, and here.
What are the ones in Brazil? What are they involved?
Can you hold on a second? Hold on 1 second.
So the question I left off, Judge, was she aware presently what Mr. Neto is being investigated in Brazil, because it revolves around some of the comments that she's made and being alleged to be defamatory. Maria, could you elaborate on that, please?
Yes, he's investigated regarding democracy, like the Capitol Hill thing that happened here in the United States. The same happened in Brazil. He's investigated on being part of the conspiracy to create it. So that's why they took his passport on. That's why they went to his house trying to find documentation. They found out that everything was written inside of the party. There was the minuta. How do you say the minuta? The design of the what they were going to do was inside of the Partido Liberal. So yes, he's investigated by this, but he's investigated here in the United States also for other 2 things that just went to DC and to New York to give them documents and depositions.
All right. Do you presently have any cases against any party controlled by Mr. Neto in Brazil?
A lawyer now will file in EUA, which is the court here to human rights.
All right. Well, what I'm relating to is in the complaint, you allege that Mr. Neto stole money, your inheritance.
Oh yeah,
I did not point out to the judge that there's a present lawsuit involving that in Brazil. So, what does that statement mean?
So he's fine. He wants money from my family inheritance because he's suing me as a political party and him. The political party and him are the same. So he's suing me as a political party, asking for money in my inheritance as a party.
Okay. And the last area I want to ask you is, when you came here to the United States, were you under any protection by the U.S. government?
Yes. I came with the help with Leliane Ayaldi, who was the ambassador of Brazil at the time. Now she is in charge. She was lately in charge of Southern Command. I don't know if she's still there, but she was the ambassador of Brazil at the time.
Judge, this is on the just on the fraud on the court. I think we have given you testimony that I will tender the witness to opposing counsel, but the nature of what I gave is not on the case, refuting the case, but solely on